Well, we're getting closer and closer. I'm pretty sure that's a termination. It's not the most beautiful in the world, but that's a crystal. So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out. Hi everybody, it's Kate from Katie Did, and I am at Homestake Pass and Delmo Lake. It's a big batholith, and we are here hoping to find some quartz crystals. I'm right now looking for some pegmatite and hoping I can find some, and then we can dig out some crystals that are not just kind of broken, but some actual terminated crystals. So let's see what we find. This area is famous for four-wheeling. Lots of people come here with their ATVs and do a lot of off-road stuff. It is during the week right now, so the drone of little four-wheelers is kind of silenced. It's really beautiful here. Most of the rocks in the Boulder Batholith are this beautiful granite. This one has lichen all over it. But they're big, chunky even. And they've cooled more quickly than the pegmatite we're looking for. Pegmatite itself is made of very similar materials, but it cools very, very slowly. I learned recently that pegmatite wasn't the name of the material. There are lots of different kinds of pegmatites. I think this one is a feldspar pegmatite. So let's see if we can find some. Well, this isn't pegmatite yet, but look at that. Wow. This feldspar granite, this granite has a little bit of pyrite in it. It's shining gold in the sunshine. That's really cool. Well, we know for sure where there's some pegmatite down lower. I just was trying to see if it was up here as well, and it probably is, just not looking in the right spot. So we'll just keep on looking. All right, we're getting closer. This is a pegmatite dike inside granite. So for some reason, this rock cooled slower than everything else. That means we're in the right area. Well, I got smart the second time around. I'm not carrying all my equipment with me. I'm first going to find where I want to dig and then go back and get the equipment. Pro tip. Look at the size of this quartz. Isn't that beautiful? Again, we're in the right area. We just have to find where to go. Wow. There's so much quartz here. Look at it. It's everywhere. And up there is a pile of what I think is probably pegmatite. Up there is a pile of what I think is probably pegmatite. Cool, let's see what we can find. Yes, I think I can categorically say this is where people have been digging for crystals. Oh my. Well, I guess I better go get my stuff and we'll see if we can find some. I can see here there's already just some kind of loose things that people have discarded because they're not perfect. You know how I feel about that. Perfection is in the eye of the beholder. All right, well, now that we've found where we're going, look at that big piece of smoky quartz. Wow. See, this is what I mean by people's rejects. This is this gorgeous piece of, it's almost like obsidian. I guess it's smoky quartz with iron staining, and it has this crystal on it, which of course is not whole, but holy moly is it pretty. Well, I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing. I know that's a shock to all of you. However, oh, look at that quartz. It's so beautiful. This is where everybody's been digging. And you can see there's just so much stuff. So I'm not going to walk away empty-handed. But I'm going to try first actually digging to see what I can find. And if that fails, which, you know, is probably 50-50 or more, if that fails, then I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of this beautiful stuff. So, wish me luck. Well, I have seen crystal collector dig out big holes like this and pull crystals out of the holes. And since this one's already started and it looks like that's where people have been digging, I'm going to give that a shot. I know that those of you who actually are crystal collectors and know what you're doing are probably laughing at my inexperience, but that's how you learn. I told my mother that I would wear a hat and gloves when I do this kind of thing. The last time I saw her, she saw that I had been digging without them, and she gave me the talk. So this is for you, Mom. So the problem with this, of course, is that this is lower than the ground that I'm kneeling on by about a foot. So I'm kind of almost upside down pulling this stuff out of here. I have found a few crystal-y things. I'll show those to you later, but they're kind of pretty. I'm really hoping to find something that has points. So I'll keep digging. Well, I was smart enough to bring knee pads, but not smart enough to bring something to lie on. So it's a little bit tricky. It's especially tricky to film, but there's definitely crystals in there. Well, I'm getting closer. That's pretty neat. Well, this might just be broken this way, but this is the most crystal-y looking one I've found. So that's very cool. Put that one up there. You can see I'm sitting here, the hole's over here, the dirt's over here, Kava's up there going, "What are you doing?" And my backpack is over here, so it's a little bit awkward. Again, probably just how it broke, but it's crystal-y looking. This is the kind of stuff that I'm pulling out of there. And I know there are whole crystals here because I've seen, I mean, I'm not sure there are whole crystals right here, but I have seen stuff pulled out of this area that is just absolutely beautiful terminated quartz. But I don't think I have the staying power to sit here and dig and dig and dig. Too bad Jim's not with me. We'll come back sometime when he is, and then we'll really find some awesome crystals. But meanwhile, I am going to go take a look at this pile over here and see what I can find in the spoils, because a lot of times people throw away things that are just spectacular. Now that I said that, I just noticed this piece here. It's pretty flat on one side. It's got pegmatite around it. This stuff looks pretty loose, so I'm going to try... Sorry about the shadow. This stuff looks pretty loose, so I'm going to try seeing what's underneath there. I'll let you know if it's anything good. Well, this is what that was. So this whole area here seems to be just kind of like one big mass of quartz crystal, which is beautiful, but of course not what we're looking for as far as the terminated quartz. So I'm going to go back to my original thought and see if I can find some pretty stuff in the spoils. Every time I say I'm going to go do something like go look at the kind of the junk piles, then I discover something new. And the thing I discovered right now is that even though all this stuff way down here is solid quartz, the stuff up above it could very well be crystals. This was attached to this tree root right here, which means that it grew from this area, and it's got a nice crystal on it. It's not terminated because it's all broken off, but it is definitely what I'm looking for. It's a learning process. And Kava is still standing guard. I am guessing this is the kind of stuff that at Crystal Park you put through a sifter and find stuff. I did not bring my sifter today, which was just, I forgot it. I intended to bring it, I just forgot it. So we can't do any sifting, but we'll keep looking because I keep finding fun stuff. Like this. Well, we're getting closer and closer. I'm pretty sure that's a termination. It's not the most beautiful in the world, but that's a crystal. Okay, after a little more digging, I have discovered that this stuff is pretty much grainy pegmatite, and it doesn't have any big crystals in it at all. So wherever that crystal that this thing came from must have been kind of at the intersection here. So back to my original plan, start picking up pretty stuff. Kava heard, I think, a backfire. Come here. And she's totally terrified of thunder and stuff, so come here. So she ran away, and now she's trying to get me to go with her. Oh, no, come here. Come here. I'm actually just going to pick up a bunch of these, and I'll show them to you when we get home, because There's so many. Just, trying to film while I'm picking them up is just, would be an exercise in futility. And we hate exercise. All right, so let's not leave the tools behind. There's one. Couple pieces here I don't want to leave behind. And now we're just going to go and pick things up. Remember I mentioned the pyrite? It's very small, like grain of sand size, but it sure is pretty. There's some crystals. Oh, quartz, quartz, quartz. So pretty. This stuff is almost like obsidian. It's got black, glassy. Oh, so many beautiful rocks. As you can see, there's a lot to choose from. If you're a quartz fan, so pretty. There's even lots of different colors. Well, goodbye, hole. Thank you for helping me learn some more about crystals. Looks like there's some crystal digging going on here too. I sure wish I had remembered my my screen. You can see this one was once part of a big flat crystal, a big crystal, and then it broke. It's still pretty though. Look at how shiny this one is. It's not even wet. Some of this is just so white. It's like snow. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourself and learned a little bit more about our friend Quartz. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.